Are you going to start when it comes on, mate?
Take your hobby to the next level with a quality racing rig that works great with a PS3, Xbox 360, and a PC. The GT Omega Racing Simulator is compatible with a wide range of steering wheels, including Logitech, Fanatec, Thrustmaster, and more. The GT Omega is available now worldwide by going to www.gtomegaracing.com.
ARLTV GP260 round 8 Watkins Glen. Goes a little bit wide around the carousel. Tony up the inside, that's place there. Drifting on the inside. Whether he's going to have the run, he's going to have a fantastic exit out of this. This is where he needs to jump straight up again. Fell off there, he comes in. Oh, I think that's Rodriguez still in the wall. He's coming for the pace as well. Did he clip the wall there? That was ridiculously close if he didn't. Outside, fantastic driving. Covers off the outside, Tony looking around the outside, maybe up the inside, gets drive to the cutback, doesn't happen. Belkov holds on for another victory here at Watkins Glen. Fantastic driving, what a great race. Good evening and welcome to ARLTV. This is round 9, the GP260. We're back from a 2-week break. I'm joined with my co-commentator Andrew Woodhouse. Welcome to the booth, my friend. It's been a little while.
It has indeed, Alex. Thank you for having me back. The GP260, we are in Canada. We are Mosport, partly former home of the Canadian Grand Prix. Our GP260 season is hotting up, yet more exciting action on tap for you today. And Alex, a fast-flowing track we've got here. The drivers are going to love it, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great little track. It's proving quite demanding. We've just been watching some of the pre-race practice. The guys are just qualifying now, but there's been a lot of offs, as we can just see someone spinning in the background there. So I think it's going to be a bit of a challenging track for the drivers today. And maybe survival of the fittest might pay out. Just just want to quickly butt in and just thank Lee Thompson for just producing the last time video that we just showed there, so big thanks to him, and quick shout out to the sponsors as they flashed on the screen there as well.
Yep, and without the sponsors we wouldn't be doing this, or well, maybe we would, but maybe we wouldn't be doing it as well as we are doing now. Alex, we've got some new graphics for everybody this week. How's that working out so far?
Yeah, we're having a little play. So far, so good. I know it's one bug already, but we'll sort that out. We always like our little glitches, but yeah, no, it's going to be all good once we've get it running. A couple of new features. We hope to add to it as well. So yeah, our usual picture-in-picture seems to be working okay. One thing we're keeping a close eye this week on is on the Twitter feed. So if you want to get in contact with us, by all means send a tweet to @Apex Racing TV, and on Facebook as well, it's ARLTV. If you want to send us a message there or ask us any questions, I'll be keeping a close eye on that through the course of the race. So send in your tweets and your Facebook messages, and we'll see if we can't answer them throughout the race.
Yep, great idea. ARLTV always evolving, and social media is one of the most important things nowadays for connecting with viewing public, and that's what we aim to do here on ARLTV. Qualifying session in progress, and Alex, 21 drivers taking part today, and it's the man who has won quite a few races this season, the Frenchman Tony Repassard, who's on pole position at the moment, provisional. 1:12.9, it's a very good time. He's over a tenth, nearly 2/10 ahead of Marco Montaldo for Venezuela GP. Yeah,
we know Marco can match that time. He did it in practice, so there's still a chance that he might well get in there.
What's the strategy for qualifying then, Alex? Because it is a long track. Will the drivers be trying to get as much slipstream as possible off their opponents here?
Well, I'm not really sure how the slipstream is going to work out for them, because I mean there's quite a lot of twists and turns. I haven't had enough feedback about the new build yet to know how dirty air really affects, if at all. I've been watching the guys follow each other quite closely, so I would think that it might help a little bit. But overall, I think with this track being with the blind corners on some of it, you want to have clean sights so you can hit your points perfectly.
Yep, got several new drivers for this weekend, Alex. Can you take us through them?
Yeah, I mean the new drivers we've got Cameron Barker, Fabio Montellini. Sorry, I haven't got the names in front of me. I'm trying to pick them off of my memory. Darren Kirk, Conrad Venter, Dean Prescott, Fissy Fan. I can't call you anything other than, but Mr. Martison. Am I missing anybody else? Got anyone else new? I think there's quite a few drivers that have come in. Ryan Littlemore as well. There we go. I think we're there now, basically just through the drivers that couldn't compete for the rest of the season. We've drafted in some replacements. Not entitled to any of the prizes, all just racing for the fun of it, so it's good to see that they've joined up, and hopefully they'll be back with us for the rest of the season and next season as well.
And good to see the esteemed founder of the ARL on the grid as well, which is good. Conrad Venter, who's in there as well for the first time today. I raced against him this season on F1 2012, so that's nice to see him back. I know he had issues with that, but the game before, but Now he's on iRacing, looking good. Getting some valuable experience in the Star Mazda. All these drivers, of course, have played a big part in this first season of the GP260 Championship, and it's been a roaring success, Alex, for ARLTV.
Yeah, really happy with the way the first half has gone, and we're just hoping to improve through the second half of this season. So we've got some really good plans ready for season 2, which all the drivers seem to be chomping at the bit to get involved with, and we're not even halfway through. So yeah, I'm really hopeful that that's going to be a success as well.
Yeah, I think one of the good things about this car as well is it's very, it's quite easy to drive, but it's not very easy. It's not easy to go fast in.
I think the other thing with the Star Mazda as well is that you can have such great races in it as well. Unlike some of the real high-speed aero cars that just get massively affected by the dirty air, and it can be a little bit processionable sometimes. You just follow each other around. The Star Mazda, you really can make a move, and we've sort of listened to the guys and tried to pick some tracks that will make for good racing and overtaking. I think this is what makes it such a great little league. I mean, you just look at the highlight videos that we do at the start of each race from the previous rounds. Watkins Glen last time out was just an amazing race.
The two teams in particular look like they're having a very good qualifying, look like they're going to figure well today. One of them is Trident Racing with Tony Reposado and John Allen, and the other one is Venezuela GP, who've been strong all season with Marco Montaldo and Joel Rodriguez. And it looks like they're going to be fighting for top 5 positions, Alex, today.
Yeah, I think those guys look pretty strong. They look good in free practice as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see those 4 have a nice ding-dong battle all race long.
And I think the Arden team have got a decent chance as well, with Fabio Mantellini and Paul Nelson 9th, 10th at the moment in qualifying. I think they've got a chance of some good points today. Never underestimate those Caterham boys as well, Alex. Lee Thompson and Aaron Mullen. They've been creeping their way up towards points positions, and if Lee Thompson could only get a bit of luck, he might be able to get a good finish today.
Yeah, I think that's the key with Lee. We know he's quick enough to get himself into the points. Just needs to get away off the start, have a good first lap, and see how we can compete.
Yep.
I'm not going to say anything more about it, because I swear he just every time we talk about it, the worst thing possible happens.
Just like in Formula 1, points are given to the first 10 drivers today, 25 for a win, down to 1 point for 10th. It's been a great season for Tony Reposado, Alex, so far.
Yeah, it has, definitely. I mean, he obviously had that great run at the start of the season. Some of the other drivers, Mathieu Rich and Velkov, have started to come back into it a little bit there. Just as Reposado he gets very, very wide onto the gravel. Oh, sorry, onto the grass. Oh, yeah, into the wall, everything. So, Trident Racing, good job with Cy Racing, and he can get himself a new car for the race.
Yeah, that's it.
We've got
I don't think anybody would be left at this point, mate, to be honest, if it was real life at the moment.
We've got a few seconds left, but we're not. Everybody's on their last laps now, so I wonder if you can.
Little more.
Oh, that looked big as well. I wonder if you can just give us a rundown of the grid as it stands at the moment.
Yeah, no problem. As everybody's on their laps, on their final attempts. We see Velkov there, who's currently 3rd. Reposado and Montaldo at the moment sharing the front row, and we see Matiewicz's final attempt not good enough. Velkov still on a lap, like he's going to try and challenge for pole position. Forgive me for not going through the grid at the moment, but I think Velkov might be onto a good one. He comes through the final complex of corners. High speed there, 5th and 6th gear in that bit. Oh, he's given up on it as Wojciech Rabstin has a little spin there. So Reposado first, pole position again, ahead of Montaldo, then Velkov and Matijevic on the 2nd row. 3rd row is Colin Cunniff for Coloni and John Allen's Trident. João Rodriguez for Venezuela GP ahead of Wojciech Rabstin in the Lotus. Mantellini in 9th ahead of Nelson. And Thompson, Lindsay, Sears, Williams, Littlemore, that's 10th to 15th. Aaron Mullen in 16th in the second Caterham. Martinson, Dean Prescott, Cameron Barker, Conrad Venter, and Darren Kirk for his first race starts at the rear. And actually, I think he'll be quite glad of it. Potentially after the first lap, Alex, there is potential for some trouble into turn 2, isn't there? In particular,
I think this is where we're expecting anything. If we're going to get it early on, it's going to be into turn 2. Definitely the hardest corner out there. And with a big train of 20 cars all trying to squeeze into the same bit of tarmac, it's going to be particularly interesting.
Because we don't think turn 1's going to be too difficult, do we? Because it's such a short run. We think everybody will be able to sort itself out, but sort themselves out. Sorry, but into turn 2, it's such a fast corner. There's only really one good line through there. Well, the drivers are going to have to use the brains. You told them beforehand. You know, they need to be smart. And well, this is one of the things that we expect from these drivers. Tony Reposade takes his position at the very front. And Alex, what are the chances of him picking up yet another victory this season?
Well, from pole position, I'd say it was pretty good. Let's hope Marco can give him a run for his money. Perhaps grab that spot off of him going into turn 1. Might make this a bit of an interesting race.
Yeah, if Reposade can get a good start and get a bit of a gap, I can see him walking away with this one. But if the rest of them can stay with him, there are 9 drivers within half a second of the pole position time. So, well, it's anybody's guess as to what the race will pan out like. There's pit stop strategy to come into it as well. Going to be a good one. So sit back, enjoy the ride, and when the lights are on,
green, green, green.
when they go off, the race will begin, and it has now. Tony Reposade got a good start off the front row, 3 wide behind them, with Matijevic trying to go around the outside of Montaldo. Side by side, Montaldo and Velkov down to turn 2. This is where it can all go wrong. And off goes Velkov. Velkov's off the track. He's in the wall, and so is. That was. I'm not sure who that was. Big crash.
I think the Sears is off as well. There's lots of cars off there. It's just a bit of we said that turn 2 was going to be mayhem.
Reposade leads on Montaldo. Matijevic, Allett in the second trident, who was very quick in practice and didn't really qualify as well as he could have done.
We've got Prescott off as well. Just a little spin, recovers it on the track. Just a bit further back.
Good start for Rodriguez up to 5th as Allett tries to get Matievic's 3rd position off him. Not going to find a way through this fast, very fast right-hander, which tightens a little. You've really got to keep it over to the left-hand side to get the best run through the final corner. And pretty much everybody apart from Velkov and Sears looks like they've got through cleanly, Alex.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Just that turn 2, as always, we were expecting.
Sears has got going again. So I think he must have just left the track. There was another car that went quite badly off the track. I think it was could have been Mantellini, Alex.
Yeah, just gonna have a quick look, see if I can pull something up on replay, see what I can see.
I think there were.
He's definitely in the pits, so.
Cunniff as well is didn't complete the first lap without incident. Let's have a look at the front then. Can Montaldo back down Reposade? It looks like he is, Alex. He's closing on him quickly.
Yeah, just having a quick look at the start replay, and then we'll jump back up and have a look at that.
What can you see from the start then?
Just having a look. Yeah, I think.
Did Velkov get pushed wide?
I don't know what happened there. It looked a little bit like Lee might have just been so close behind Mantellini that he'd sort of pushed him wide. Let's just see if we can't pick up on some of the others as well. Let's have a look at Velkov and see if we can't bring that up. If you can keep calling the action up the front.
Yeah, I'm just having a look through, see where the in action is, as rejoining, I believe. Yeah, it was Cunniff, Alex, that went off and slammed into the stricken car of Velkov. Mantellini's just come out, so Velkov's come out a couple of seconds, well, quite a few seconds in front of the other two. Oh, Velkov's crashed again. He's gone off, he's going to hit, he's going to come onto the... Oh, no! That's Lee Thompson, would you believe it? Velkov. Oh, my goodness. Cannot buy any luck whatsoever. I don't know if Velkov could have stopped or not there, but... Oh, dear. Oh, Lee. He's working so hard to get absolutely nothing for it. And yeah, I think you need to go back and have a look at that if you haven't already.
Yeah, I'll just try and get that up in a sec.
I'm not sure there's much Velkov could have done, to be honest, once he got onto the grass.
Just having a quick look what happened to Velkov earlier on as well.
Absolute disaster, Thompson.
Just looked like he was on the wide line, Velkov. Couldn't hold it in turn 2, just drifted onto the grass.
Was this the first time or the second time?
Yeah, that was the first one.
The first one. Reposade looks like he's... Oh, almost sliding it through there, that hairpin. Looks like a fairly even race at the front. 3.5 seconds covers the top 6. But it's Reposade, Montaldo, Matijevich, Alert, Rodriguez, and then Rabstin just hanging on the back there, just getting dropped slightly. There's a gap to Paul Nelson in the Arden. And the dams of Liam Williams. Sorry, Alex.
Caught back up with the action now, so just had a look at those replays. Just watched what happened to Velkov there. Yeah, he just got wide onto the grass, couldn't get it slowed down, could he? Poor Lee had nowhere. Well, couldn't really tell it was coming, so...
Might have been some slight contact there between Barker and Martinson, but not completely sure. Might have just been a twitch on Martinson.
Yeah, Martinson up to 11th place. He'll be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, indeed.
It looks like Lee's managed to rejoin the race, so the token fast tow, but not sure if he's done enough laps though to make it, so I think his race really is going to be scuppered.
Oh, off goes Mantellini again. He's not going to save that, that's in the wall. Probably the end of his race, Mantellini. He's had an absolutely shocking race after a good qualifying. 9th. Oh, it's been an absolute disaster for him. John Allett, meanwhile, cannot find a way past Nenad Matijevich. I love the money. And he really is going to have to get past him, Alex, if he wants to catch Montaldo and his teammate.
Yeah, and I'm sure Tony, there's part of Tony that will wish for Alec to get on past as well, so he can perhaps put a little bit of pressure onto Montaldo, so he's looking more in his rear mirrors rather than in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, Tony...
Just having a look at the last time round, Alec was slightly quicker as well. Sorry, fastest lap. He's a little bit quicker than Matijevich as well.
From what I've seen this year, Tony hasn't been quite as strong in the races as he has in qualifying. But again, that might be just due to the fact that other guys are able to slipstream him and maybe make things appear closer than what they actually are. I don't know, but I know for a fact Montaldo is very quick round here, and he's really using that pace to good effect and sticking with the Frenchman here.
Yeah, it only looks like there's about half a second gap there, so definitely staying right with him.
That's it, and he only needs one slight error from Reposade. I mean, we're not wishing anything on Tony, but we want to see a good battle for the lead. Definitely is at the moment.
Great shot there, just as Matijevich was just drifting through the corner there. Just looked like he was sort of understeering, perhaps a little bit power sliding around it. So it looked great.
We've got Cameron Barker spun at the hairpin, and that caused one of the Dams cars to spin. Justin Lindsay, he went off almost on his own accord anyway, but he had to go wide to avoid him.
I'm just hearing as well that Aaron Mullins had a spin, so lots of stuff kicking off everywhere. I can't keep track of all of it, I'm afraid.
Darren Kirk up to 13th.
Not sure what's going on with some of the camera angles here as well. One of them just sees absolute nothing.
Kirk just letting Justin Lindsay through. I'm not sure whether he needed to there. Off goes Aaron Mullen again. I think he might have been in the fence. So, but he's carrying on, so maybe he didn't hit anything. That would have been the perfect place to pit.
Trevor Longman just connected to the session. Shame he couldn't make it earlier. Apparently he's been very quick. Just missed the start of the race.
Yeah, it's so frustrating when you know you've some good pace and you just can't make it into the session for whatever reason.
Fastest person on the track last lap was Rabstein.
Yeah, and you can see that because he really has caught up to the back of this pack now, headed by Nenad Matijevich, and Alert's just behind them, Rodriguez. But Rabstein, look, he's a lot closer, and it looks like Matijevich is actually holding these guys up now a little bit. Can John Alert get past him and set off after his teammate, and also Montaldo? It's been a good run for Paul Nelson so far as well, Alex. He's 7th, and he's only 9 seconds off the lead. It's a pretty good effort at the moment. Liam Williams up to 8th, and he had a poor qualifying down in 14th position.
It looks like Lee's out as well. Just see him on the ticker there, scrolling across DNF. He'll be very disappointed.
I think Venter's out as well, Conrad Venter. Cameron Barker started 19th up to 11th position. Terrific start from him in his first race. Ryan Littlemore up into 10th. Solid pace from one of our ARLTV commentators. And it looks like Reposar's just got a bit more of a lead now, Alice. It's gone up to his 2nd. So that might be the area now where he starts to pull away from Marco there.
Yeah, I think if he just breaks that little bit of draft that Marco's getting, that might help him just ease away a little bit more.
Doesn't want the Italian in his mirrors for too much longer. I have a feeling he's not going to give up that easily though, as Alec goes a bit wide on the last corner, trying desperately to put some pressure on Matijevich. But what we've seen from Matijevich so far this season, Alex, is he's quite unflappable in there.
Yeah, he really can just sort of hold his own. I mean, he's had a lot of pressure through different races. Doesn't really seem to make any mistakes due to pressure or anything. So I think the guys are going to have to put a move on there rather than trying to sort of force him into something.
Look at Rodriguez as well, Alex. He's right with Alert now, and you can sense the problem is on this track as well. Is the only long straight really that's on this track has a corner at the end of it with no braking zone. It's almost impossible to just have a lunge on this track the way it is. As we mentioned earlier on, it used to host Canadian Grand Prix before Montreal did. It's a very venerable circuit, very respected circuit in North American motorsport.
Yeah, you're saying about the overtaking opportunity. Really, the guys they're going to have to be quicker to get it done.
Well, yeah, to be honest, there isn't really a clear-cut overtaking place on the entire track, if I'm honest. I mean, maybe you could have a move into the hairpin, but the problem with that as well is it's such a tricky run towards the corner itself that diving in on the brakes is potentially foolish. These guys might have to wait for pit stop strategies in order to make anything work with regards to increasing their position in the race. But look at this, actually, Rodriguez now very close to Alert, but look at this braking area, Alex. It's uphill, you're turning right, you've got to get it slowed down, you can't lock the brakes because if you do, you're in the gravel. Very, very difficult technical section. Most of the drivers sideways through there throughout the race.
Yeah, Alert's still trying to put the pressure on. Have a great little shot there, coming down to that downhill left-hander.
got some action down the field as well, Alex, that could prove quite tasty in the coming moments, which with Ryan Littlemore just in front of Justin Lindsay, and I think we're going to see a pass eventually here from Lindsay. Littlemore not having any of that. This could be a good battle, Alex. We know these two guys well, and very competitive. Could be very interesting.
Yeah, Venter's just gone off again as well, off camera. Just hearing my ear roll.
Who do you think is going to? Who do you think is going to come out on top here between Lindsay and Littlemore?
Well, I think it's just a matter of time before Lindsay gets a move done. You can see he's quite a bit quicker, some near enough 0.8 of a second, 0.6 of a second.
Ryan needs to defend the outside really there, and he hasn't. Sorry, defend the inside there. And Lindsay looks like he's through. He is.
Yeah, he got a little bit of a run. It actually looks like Ryan's just got a tiny little bit of damage there on the left-hand side of his car. It could just be how it's painted. No, definitely a little bit of scuffed damage there. So I don't know if that's slowing him down at all, but seems to be driving reasonably well with that.
Yeah, I must admit, it does look a tiny bit twitchy underneath him. Might be one of the reasons these aero cars don't like it when bits get knocked off for whatever reason. Those two Caterham boys, Alex, they just don't have any luck at all, do they? Neither of them.
No, they really don't. I mean, obviously Lee, we know exactly what's going on with Lee every race. I mean,
yeah.
I feel for him because I know exactly what it feels like. My season 3 in the F1 car was just the same, and just hearing Littlemore's gone off as well. So
that's the thing as well, mate. It's when you crash yourself, you don't necessarily mind. You know, you get annoyed with yourself, and that's it. But you almost get a little bit more annoyed when you don't make the mistakes, and you end up paying for other people's troubles.
Yeah, but I mean, Aaron's been just as unlucky as well. I mean, he's made contact with the leader about 3 or 4 times, but through no fault of his own, really. It's just, I just can't believe that it's just those 2 drivers each week.
And then, unfortunately, when he was in the points position in Lime Rock Park, he ended up upside down in the tyre wall. So, I don't know how these guys can buy any luck whatsoever, and it's must be so frustrating for them. I know for a fact they've worked so hard on trying to get that Caterham car as fast as possible.
I think we've got Prescott here in front of Matijevich as well, so he gets out of the way nicely there.
Getting out of the way, he's going to have to get out of the way of all of them though. Make sure that Rabstin comes through as well.
Yeah, he does indeed.
Matijevich still holding Allen and Rodriguez back. Going to be interesting to see 36 lap race. We're 14 laps into it. Just how long is Matijevich going to be able to keep this up? Because he doesn't look like getting away from these guys anytime soon.
Now I think he's in for the long haul here.
No, it's Rodriguez. God. As Alec goes very wide into this could be the chance that Rodriguez needs.
He's gonna have to go around the outside.
And he will. He's going to attempt it. Oh, really close to the grass.
Just kicks up a tiny little bit of dust there. Can Rabstein take advantage of that? No, he just looks a little bit too far back. I think he got a little nervous and backed out of it as well, expecting Rodriguez to come flying across the track there.
To be honest, mate, Rodriguez was nearly flying into the fence after he was probably an inch away from the grass, and oh dear, that would have been disaster for him.
Well, that's what Nenad needed now. He's got that little bit of breathing room. Perhaps just with that half a second gap that he's now got, it might just be able to sort of get a bit comfy and start pulling away from these guys and maybe catch back up to Marco. Yeah,
indeed. Just need to point out as well that one of the great things about this GP260 league is the drivers hail from pretty much all over the world. We've got Europeans, we've got English, we've got French, Italian, we've got Central European, we've got Iberia, we've got Americans, Australians. Truly a globe phenomenon, ARLTV, mate. As off goes somebody, I think. It was Rabstin. Wojciech Rabstin has lost control of the Lotus in turn 2.
Typical fashion, just as I move away from that battle as well, just to catch up with...
Just got a tiny bit wide, and that's the end. Oh, big flip. 2, 3 flips.
Martin and Lindsay were having a little battle, but it looks like Lindsay's made his way through.
The end of the race for him, I'm afraid. So now that really opens up the battle for 3rd position again. Really makes that a three horse race with the demise of Brabston. Matijevic, ARLTV, Rodriguez.
Yeah, Repusade just showing his pace up front again. He's the fastest man on the track last time through. Followed by Marco Montaldo. John ARLTV managed to close in. Rodriguez and Nenad quite a way down there actually. Look at the times.
Alex, that lap there from Repusade would have put him 7th on the grid. and that's the thing. He's just got this ability to turn it on halfway through the race. I wonder if he was just taking it easy at the beginning.
Yeah, maybe, but Marco's going with him, so I wonder if some of it's to do with a little bit of fuel burning off, drivers just getting into their rhythm, feeling a bit more confident. You obviously got to keep a little something back in the first sort of 5-10 laps of the race, because you don't want to end your race early. And it's certainly how I always go into a race. I don't put everything on the line within the first couple of laps, because you've got to work your way into the rhythm. Once you find that rhythm, then you just tend to go faster and faster and faster.
And one of the things as well is that with so many fast corners, you really don't want to overheat the tyres either, because if you do, then you're just going to find yourself losing grip throughout the stint. And I think Repusade has done a good job of just keeping it smooth.
We've got Rodriguez into the pits. He's dropped off the back of that little battle. Let's just have a quick look, just see how it...
This might be advantageous for him, unless he's
no
made
tyres,
a mistake.
Car hasn't been jacked up, so it's just fuel. 9.4 second stop, pretty good, one clean.
Yep, he didn't make a mistake.
I think he's going to exit just behind Justin, I think that is.
One of the Dams cars, I think that was Justin, just on the grass there.
Yeah, and it's nice to see Martinson giving him a bit of a scrap there.
Yep, just returned from a stint in the army. Thankfully returned in one piece. And I share a common interest with Martinson. My favourite driver is also Giancarlo Fisichella, so there you go. And now
this would be why he has the nickname Fissy Fan.
Indeed, for those who didn't know, sorry. But yep, great Italian driver. Many Grand Prix, few wins. I think most F1 drivers would kill for a career with 3 Grand Prix victories in it.
Rodriguez straight past Martinson though, made pretty much light work, fresh rubber. Guess he's going to try and do the same here with Lindsay as well. He's going to need to if he wants to get on the back of or try and get past Matijevic and ARLTV.
Yeah, Charles needs to really make this work now, because he sacrificed the track position. He knew that coming out with the backmarkers might be a problem as Lindsay cuts his nose off into turn 2. Rodriguez is going to have to make a move now, because he'll be losing time hand over fist here.
While this is all going off, we've just got a driver just joined in the interview channel. He's been in there a little while actually, so apologies to Colin. Let's quickly bring him up and have a quick chat, and if this hots up, we'll jump back to this.
Having said that quickly, Alex, just before that, I suppose if Rodriguez does lose some time, there's quite a big gap between ARLTV and Nelson for him to slot into, so it's not disaster in terms of losing any positions for him.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think he knew he was quick. I mean, we kept keeping an eye on that previous lap times, and he was able to. We had a quick look there, but thought better of it. But yeah, he's certainly got the pace to perhaps come in and try the undercut. But I think it's effectively any chance he had is gone now.
Lindsay's pitting. Rodriguez slides it round the final corner.
Well, that's going to be just what Rodriguez needed. So a couple of laps there, he was held up. Let's see how long Nenad and ARLTV stay out for. But in the commentary box, Mr. Cunniff.
Yes.
Hello, my friend. Welcome, welcome back up here.
That was unexpected.
Tell us a little bit about your race. What happened?
I was just turn 2. I was on the outside. I got an awful start, and I just had to stay on the outside. And as soon as you do that, you're gone. I think I wasn't the only one. I think there was 3 or 4 of us that went off as well.
I think there was. I think we predicted
Peter
it as well.
Peter went in there and then just saw you coming in. I think it was you, and just coming slamming into him. But Mantellini was in there as well. His race didn't last very long.
It was just well, it was always the talk before. Like turn 2 was always going to be the disaster, and I just knew that if I was on the outside, there's nowhere you can go.
We did say, Colin, that there's only really, even on the first lap, there's only really one good line through there, and somebody was gonna lose out, and unfortunately it was yourself this time.
Yeah.
Were you going well before that? Were you thinking that you might have a good race today?
My race pace was, I was getting my race laps down to like 13.3s and stuff. Well, that was on my own, of course, but don't know what it would have been like behind anyone. But yeah, I mean, I'd put in an awful lot of work for here, so I'm just an absolute disaster that I was in the first lap. Well,
the leader, Tony's putting in 13.5s roughly.
Yeah, I think
it's a couple of laps, so 12.9. Although he has got down to 12. Sorry, that was practice. I'm looking at the wrong bit. Yeah, 13.5, 13.7. So he's been sticking around that sort of pace for the whole race. How does he have so much consistency over the long distance? It always looks like he gets quicker as the race goes on compared to everybody else.
Well, I don't know, if you watch one of his laps, you just wonder how he keeps it on the track for the lap that he does. It's just bizarre. New build.
Oh, as he slides. Sorry, Colin, he slides into the hairpin there with some reckless abandon. Sorry, go on, mate.
It's just nobody understands it, and that's why he's one of the best guys. He's able to make use of the car and the grip he has.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely key on this track. We said about that there's so many fast corners on this track as well. You need to keep the tyres intact. Is that a problem around here?
Not. It was a sort of worry before the new build came out. It's if now you could sort of adjust the tyre and you could make it last. Like I was able to do like a good stretch without ever having any problems with the tyres. But it's just really keeping it on the track around here that's the problem.
Leaders in, boys. So Episard is going to come out. Well, he's going to come out in the lead again. He might even be able to afford himself some new tyres. Not sure he'll take that risk though. But at the moment, with Montaldo down in 5th, having pitted himself, Montaldo's just coming over the start-finish line now. Start lap 22. So healthy advantage for the Frenchman there, Alex.
Yeah, he took it easy in the pits there as well, 9.7 compared to Montaldo's 8.9, so he built himself up a nice little gap. He didn't need to push going into that pit stop there, so looks like he's got it under control. Let's just see what the guys do in front. Just to say thank you to Colin as well for popping in here. Just gutted for you that the race ended so quickly, and we'll see you next week, buddy.
Yep, we'll do it. See ya.
Yeah, bad luck, mate. The one thing about racing, isn't it, Alex? You do feel for people when you do all that practice and it's over before it's even started. You know, you never do that, say, in a game of football or something. You know, you do the practice and you still have to play the full match. And there's always a chance, no matter how badly you start, to win the game, but in motor racing so
and ARLTV in the pits, sorry, at the same time.
Sorry,
so it's a race in the pits to see how they get on.
There they are, yep. Oh, forgive me, I always forget which team Matijevic is. forget which car that is.
Matijevich is in the Rapax team.
Rapax, there you go.
And so just looking at the pit stop comparison between the two drivers, 10.3 seconds each. Absolutely identical. So teams just banged it on there, perfect.
Unfortunately for Allert as well, that means he's come out behind some traffic as Venter takes to the grass in his Adax.
Yeah, Nelson as well, we're just hearing, has had a little off-track incident. Just give a big shout out to our pit lane spotter, stroke reporter as well, Mr. Tim Mawson, feeding us all this information behind the scenes. It's not that we're looking at different camera angles or anything like that. We're just hearing it from him, so helps us keep you guys informed with what's going on.
Yep, and I have to say Rodriguez lost a lot of time in that pit stop phase. It was a good idea. He'd have come out maybe a second or two in front there, he would have been fine. Fortunately, he's lost probably 5 or 6 seconds to John Allert. The orders all shook itself out, and Rapisard leads by 7.8 seconds. So Montaldo did gain some in the pits, but nowhere near enough to make an impression.
Yeah, and then I just dropped back a little bit further as well from Marco. Obviously John Allert's still there, but yeah, Jowl, nearly 8 seconds he's lost during that phase, so definitely didn't work out for him.
No, I mean, Allert and Matijevich got away with the traffic there, pitting as soon as they got there, so they can resume their battle, almost nose to tail.
Liam Williams, 7th place actually, he'll be delighted with that. I know he hasn't done too much practice around here as well, as all the guys get themselves back onto the lead lap. The pit stop phase is panning out.
Has he been in yet, Liam?
I'm not 100% sure, but he was in that sort of position a while back, so I think he's done his stop. Let me just bring the stats up and have a quick look.
I have to say, Alex, as well, Liam Williams 7th from poor qualifying by his standards. He's a good driver, is Liam. Cameron Barker 8th in his first race. Nut Martinson 9th in his first race. And unfortunately, I think he just pitted, but I saw Darren Kirk was in 10th.
Yeah, he's just come out behind Dean Prescott, who was also in his first race. So the newcomers to the league, not the quickest on outright pace, but they've used their head, got themselves used to the track, and they're taking it easy and keeping it on the black stuff, and could end up all grabbing some points here.
And here we go, Alex. I think the best battle on the racetrack at the moment is for that 11th place. Darren Kirk, ARL founder, and Ryan Littlemore, ARL commentator, nose to tail. So I mean, I'm always on the side of the commentators, but it's great to see Darren having a good run, solid, consistent race so far. I probably just jinxed him, but Rodriguez very nearly lost everything there. Yeah,
big moment there. That's going to give something for Kirk to think about,
and for Littlemore as well, because if Rodriguez holds Darren up down this straight, Littlemore's going to get right there.
Obviously Kirk Ocean Racing, Carlin for Littlemore. The teams obviously be keeping an eye on these guys for their first race. We're actually hearing as well from our insider source that there's potential for that Ocean Racing might have underfilled Kirk as well, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that one.
Dear me.
But
not
certainly
enough liquid in the ocean, Alex.
Yeah. Certainly if Tony keeps up the pace he's going, he's going to come by Darren again, so could well that extra lap down could well end up being his saving grace.
Where's Dean Prescott then? He's just the other side of that tight hairpin, so he's quite a way up the field then from these two.
Yeah, 22 seconds in front, so looking at the fastest lap that Dean's done as well, 1:14.8. Kirk a 1:15.1, so 0.3 of a second faster, so he should be able to maintain that gap, I think.
Yeah, it's been a very good performance as well by Martinson in 9th. We raced against him, didn't we, in the IndyCar a couple of seasons back, and he had good pace. We've seen him. We know he's a quick driver from his days on the Xbox 360.
Yeah, got a lot of potential, has Martinson, and I'm sure ADAC's pretty happy with the signing, and look forward to seeing how he develops as well. So
There are other.
joined Conrad in that team, so completely new face. Obviously, Chris Lucky with his promotion in job had to give his spot up.
Unfortunately for Venter, he seems to have spent more time in the pits than he has out of it today. But it's a learning curve, you know. It's not something you can come into straight away and be great at. We've even seen it in Formula One in real life. You know, people come into a seat for a couple of races and they can't show their full potential always. You've got to get into the groove, and you can never beat match practice, can you?
No, exactly that is so key. You know, obviously get yourself in, and as Kirk just has a little moment through the hairpin there, but yeah, get yourself in, get your practice, get rhythms going.
Oh, Rab spin. I think in that occasion, but that was unfortunate for him as well, because he was catching Darren Kirk quite rapidly. Now he's
what I am going to do is, sorry buddy, just to interrupt you there, just having a quick look at a replay. Dean Prescott losing it, coming down into the wall,
dear.
very, very hard. He's going to give up that 10th place. Opts to take...
Darren!
Not sure if he's got faster. I think he's already had it as Dean, so he might be in real trouble. But that's gifted Kirk
goes through
the 10th position at the moment.
So what it's going to be now, Alex, is it's Darren Kirk in 10th, ahead of a very fast charging Wojciech Rabstin. So they have 8 laps probably to go now, given the lap down. And Darren Kirk is about 10 seconds in front of Rabstin. So if he wants that point, he's going to have to fight for it by the end.
Yeah, you just look at the lap time difference in them. Nearly 2 seconds per lap, so this is by no means over. It's definitely the last few laps. It's going to be a fight on his hand.
Luckily for Darren, Rabstin lost 10 seconds on the last lap with that spin. So, having said that, as Rabstin goes off into the gravel and nearly loses it again, coming out of the corner. I'll tell you what, he's doing Darren Kirk a big favour here, and it might mean that our founder can get on the board with the championship point in his first race. Brilliant. As still, Alex, for 29 laps, John Allett has been staring at the back of that Rapax car, probably wishing all sorts of horrible things on Nenad Matijevich.
Yeah, and nothing really that he can do there. The team tried to do everything, got a really good pit stop. And we're also looking at Williams and Lindsay here, teammates. Oh, Williams sideways out of the corner. They're not actually racing these guys. Williams has got Cameron behind him a bit further back, but I know these guys will have a little bit of fun as long as they don't touch each other. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, Liam's on for how many points is that? 6 points.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be his best of his season as well.
So I think he'd just be better off letting Justin through on the straight. I think Justin was fractionally quicker than him throughout the race. So just let him go, Liam. I think you've got 5 seconds behind you to Cameron. In fact, maybe if you let Lindsay through, he'll pull him along with him as somebody's.
I think that was Wojciech, wasn't it, again? So I think, yeah, Kirk really now just needs to keep himself together, and he's going to pick up that 10th spot. I don't want to curse him, but
well, the thing is as well. He's doing, he's doing his very best not to score any points today, isn't he?
It does look like that. He's definitely got the pace. I don't know if he's got any damage on the car. It doesn't look like it. Car looks intact.
But he's really struggling. Oh, there you go. I wonder if he was really struggling to turn right though, Alex. Before, I'm not sure whether.
And did Lindsay take an opportunist pass there and get himself past Rabstein? I'm not sure.
It could be Lindsay versus Kirk for the final position, although Kirk was quicker on that lap by 0.2 of a second. Darren's, let's take a look at his lap times. And you know what, he's settled in the last 5 laps within 0.4 of each other, and we know that we do have a bit of fun with Darren occasionally on his race pace, his race consistency, things like that, but he's having a very good run here. And
Yeah, I'm
which
thinking,
shows as well, when
I'm
he
thinking
puts his
Lindsay
mind to
definitely
it.
wants to get himself past Williams here because he wants to have a run at him. But I feel confident that Williams should be able to close this gap down.
Yep, and you know, Nelson is 9 seconds in front of Williams. What can John Allott do? Is there anything he can do here? Is it just resign to the fate of finishing 4th here?
Yeah, I mean, Matijevich is even pulled away just a tiny little bit now, so I don't think there's anything Allott can do. He just really needs to hope and pray for a mistake. Just, you know, for the rest of the race, try and push as hard as he can, get onto that tail, put him under pressure, stick his nose out, you know, every now and again, give him something to think about in that rear view mirror, perhaps try and force him into a mistake. But as we said earlier, he's such a good driver, isn't Nenad, and he can just soak up that pressure as we've seen all race now.
We've seen a massive improvement from John as well since the beginning of the season, when he was quite a way off his teammate. Now he's pretty much on the pace of Tony Reposard, but he wasn't at the early rounds.
And we've got a battle here as well. Oh god, Liam doesn't want to get involved in it, but we've got Lindsay and Rabstein having a fight. Obviously Williams is there as a lap, and Cameron's obviously catching up as well. So,
but you know, that's the smart thing to do: tow your teammate along, and then get out of the way. This could end in tears for the 7th place man. He doesn't want to lose these points, but he doesn't want his teammate to lose out either. They're going to be side by side. Rabstein needs to give this up in terms of Liam.
oh, and Lindsay
Almost contact with Lindsay and Kirk as well. But it's not Kirk. It's Barker. We're in the second ocean. Right behind Rabstein, right behind Williams now as well.
as we're looking in the pits as well. There you've got you've got Justin, and you had a little more in there as well.
We've got now battle for 7th place, Liam Williams and Cameron Barker. Down the long back straight. Barker's got a really nice run, but he's not going to make his way through there. Very difficult to pass. Strong showing from these Ocean boys, Alex.
Yeah, good run for them.
Out of all the teams that we picked before the race, I didn't think we'd be talking about 2 Ocean racing drivers in the points.
No, not at all, not at all. But,
I mean, starting. Can I just point out that they started 19th and 21st?
Oh, there you go. I mean, just looking at the time as well, Cameron's starting to fly. 14.0 fastest lap. Williams 14.7. So he definitely has the pace.
Yep. Aaron Mullen on Twitter there has just got in contact with us. As we said, we welcome the Twitter questions. He's gutted to be out of the race. Hopefully this will make him feel better. Nice kind of Carling there, which, to be honest, would be very nice as well. I might go and find one after the race. Terrific race so far, mate. There's only a few laps to go, and Mosport Park, even without the overtaking opportunities, it's still been an enthralling battle throughout the field.
We have seen a couple of little overtakes as well, but when the pace is there from the guys, they're fairly evenly matched. It seems very, very difficult. It seems more like the guys coming through. Wojciech just getting very, very sorry. Doesn't need to get involved in this battle. He just needs to leave these two alone, really.
I must admit, with Wojciech, you can see a lot of good potential if you can just rein in the mistakes a little bit. Rodriguez, I believe, is out of the race. I think he said I think he was very, very tired. I think he was almost out there. Not many laps to go, though. I'm not really sure why he didn't carry on, but
yeah, 2 laps to go. Williams under even more pressure. Dams are going to be willing him on here. 6th place it is. Most points they're going to have scored all season. So he's just got to hold his line, defend.
We've got a good fifth for Nelson as well. You know what, Barker's catching Liam Williams here, and he could take 6th place in his debut race, starting from 19th on the grid. The first race he's ever driven in GP260. He's going round the outside here, in his 6th gear right-hander. It's going to be contact,
very
surely.
close.
Barker's got on the grass, side by side, wheel to wheel, into the last corner. Barker's going round the outside. Now, Williams has the inside for turn 1. Tremendous stuff. You take too much of a tight line though, you're going to run wide on the exit. Williams controls it well.
Yeah, brilliant defending there from Williams.
Turn 2 now. Barker with a very tight line in the run up to 3, which is a 90. He's going for it.
Oh, that's not good driving.
Williams into orbit. And Barker. Oh, Barker with an awful mistake, and he's taken someone else with him there. Martinson. Martinson's got horrible damage as well. Oh, and he's gone. He's in the wall. Disaster. Oh, what a shame. Just a rush of blood from Barker, and 3 cars are out. Barker could, well, he's not going to make it, I don't think. Reposado on the last lap, Alex. He's only got 2 corners to go. 3 corners to go for the Frenchman. Coming round the last corner. Tony Reposado's been unbelievably good today, and he wins the GP260 race at Mosport Park. Wonderful performance for him, great points for Trident. Montaldo is going to come through in P2, well deserved. Still a GP. Matijevic and Allett, nose to tail all the way through, fantastic stuff. Paul Nelson, he's going to come and take 5th place. Terrific.
Look who is in 6th place. Would you believe it?
Well,
keep it tidy is what he said he was going to do. 6th place. Ocean Racing are going to be delighted with that. Certainly the right strategy in the race. Kept himself out of trouble. From the back of the grid, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
Fantastic. Yeah, I was the only one behind him on the grid. So
Wojciech obviously managed
wonderful.
to finish in 7th as well.
How?
Cameron
I have
Baker
absolutely
got,
no idea.
Barker got 8th. Martinson's apparently reading as in 10th.
So really, all the guys that crashed were on their last lap, and will all take the points anyway. So if Rodriguez had just hung around on the track, if he just stayed on the track, he'd have finished 5th or 6th.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of a glitch on the final results here, because it's still showing Williams as in 6th, but I don't think he will have been. I'm not sure, actually.
I've got Williams in 7th, I've got Kirk in 6th, Williams 7th, Rabstin 8th, Barker 9th, Martinson 10th.
I think it's because it's just waiting for Williams to cross the line before it updates, you see, which he's not going to do.
So I've got the point scorers as that, and now, well, should we go back and dissect that last lap, Alex?
Yeah, I want to just quickly see if I can bring up
Because
the crash particularly as well.
That's what I mean. I think we need to go back and have a look and see exactly what happened. Well, we know what happened really. Barker trying his very best to best Liam Williams. Williams stoic in defence. And to be honest, I will defend Barker slightly, in that is one of the few places you can think about a pass. And on the final lap, it's not inconceivable. It was a late move, but oh yeah, it just I think he could have done it. I think Williams had already turned into the corner though, Alex.
Yeah, I think
I don't
yeah.
really-
I'm just spooling up the replay actually, just to
But
show
back-
the guys.
Wow. Tell you what, if you watch it from default TV2, from Cameron Barker's view, you see a yellow car flying towards the camera, flying past it. I wonder if those guys could have read on, got to the end of the final lap. Williams, it was actually who came on and hit Martinson, cost him the chance to finish in 6th place.
Yeah, I
And
don't
then
think
Darren-
there was anything Williams really could do. He was just sort of, his car was damaged.
Darren Kirk, well, he's 6, 8 points. Tell you what, you cannot do any better than that from the back.
Yeah, very unlucky for Martinson there. Still got himself inside the top 10, but definitely could have had that 6th place.
Yeah, he picked up a point though. I think he'll be happy with that. In the end, probably wasn't expecting any. To be honest. Williams again. I think he'll be pleased with 7th. I think you're right. That'll be probably his best result of the season. So, but Montaldo, Matievich, Allett, they all give a good challenge, but it was Tony Reposado who really did put the rest of the field to the sword today. He was excellent.
A few drivers coming up for an interview. Who do you want to drag up first then?
I'll take your pick, mate.
Let's bring Darren up first. For that 6th place. Mr. Kirk.
Apparently, I came 6th in that race.
Well. 6th place. Congratulations.
Yeah, I don't quite know how that happens. I decided that I'd go with a conservative strategy and bimble round doing 116s, taking it easy in turn 2, and I did have one spot. I ran wide at one point, but I just tried to keep it on the track. And then I went in the lobby and they told me I came 6th. And I thought I came 9th.
You did, because 3 guys were taken out on the final lap.
Oh, well.
So you came. If you go back and watch the final lap, Cameron and Liam crashed into each other.
Yeah, unfortunately, your teammate did the damage, and
And he's probably ended up with more points than they would have got before.
Yeah.
Well, I have to admit, I'm obviously quite pleased with finishing 6th, but I would never have expected that. There was a point where I was just outside the top 10, and I thought, don't think about it, just keep driving, and you might get in the top 10. And then I was in the top 10, and I thought, don't think about it, just keep driving. And then I kept shouting to Liam, what lap are you on, what lap are you on? And there was no response.
Yeah, he was under mega amounts of pressure from Cameron, so I don't suppose he could talk.
Yeah, quite fluky, but I'll take it. It's more points than I expected. Didn't I say my aim for the season was not to come last and beat someone on actual pace?
Well, there you go. You done that today.
For the time, eh? I'm not doing that again. I'm quite sweaty.
That's
what I was doing.
That's terrific, mate. Really is. And you drove consistently. You drove well. Didn't make any mistakes. That's the key, isn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Exactly.
know. Fine, but I did one lap. I put it in the wall 3 times. One lap, and then thought, right, I'm last. I'm on the grid. That'll do. And just took it easy and avoided everything.
What was the start like then? Did you?
I took it nice and slow. I saw a few cars off in turn 2, but I don't know who it was. And then Dean span in front of both me and Conrad. And I really, going into like the double right-hander, and I really hit the curb hard, and I thought it damaged the suspension, but luckily it seemed alright. Then on just took it easy.
Oh, we're very pleased for you in your first race to finish 6th, and we thought we were jinxing you halfway through when you were in 10th. Turns out it went the other way around.
Yeah, I'm pleased with that.
Well done, mate. Good stuff.
Alright. Thanks, guys, and yeah, I'll see you next week.
Yeah, thanks.
Cheers,
Thanks
mate.
for your
Cheers,
time,
then.
mate. Well done.
Let's go through and grab a couple of the other new guys that are in the session then. Let's grab Fissy up, see what he... actually, let's grab Cameron first, and we'll see what he thought of the incident.
Hello?
Hi Cameron, welcome to Commentary Box. Bit of an exciting race for you today, especially those last few laps. Tell us a little bit about the incident, what happened there, what was your thoughts?
The incident was just coming out the last couple of corners onto the straight, or side by side kind of thing, pushing it. Kind of got unlucky on the gears, so you got ahead. And then after coming down the turn 2, I got messed up on the brakes, and I tried to take it down the outside without hitting him, just so I could slow right down so I could keep going. And he's turned in, and I've hit him. Take full responsibility for that one. But
yeah, it looked like it was an accident, and it didn't look like you were sort of trying to dive in there or anything like that. Obviously, I think when we reviewed it back, initial reactions, so when you watch it back, just looked like you had him, you nailed him.
yeah.
And but yeah, I think it was a bit unfortunate as well, because Martinson got caught up in it as well, and I think all 3 of you lost positions due to it. So, but yeah, nonetheless, it was still a fantastic race, and some of the battles you guys were having for those few laps, you know, it was epic to watch.
Good fun. Like I say, the last couple of corners going side by side through there. Lucky not to hit him, I think. Some of the other overtakes as well were good.
I think when it came to the crash itself, I think it was, you know, unfortunately for himself, he'd already turned in, hadn't he, really?
Yeah.
And there was nothing really you could do to get out of the way.
Can't really go anywhere. But like I say, I think no bother to him. Didn't think it was his fault. Just me getting late on the brakes.
Road Atlanta next week. How'd you like the track?
Only raced it a few times. Enjoy it better than this one anyway. I think last night I wasn't putting consistent laps in here. Thought I was going to go off on turn 2 today, but didn't. But I think Road Atlanta should be good. Should score points there. Hope.
Well, unlucky really. I mean, a great race really for our point of view. We really enjoyed watching it, but yeah, I think you definitely could have had a good clutch of points. But hopefully you'll bounce back. You'll bounce back next week and see if you can get that top 5. But 9th place still, so you still got a couple of points in the bag. Gets you off the mark.
Yep. Thanks.
Cheers, Cameron. See you next week.
Cameron.
See you next week.
Let's grab Fissy up then.
I can tell he sounded disappointed there, Cameron.
Yeah.
It's a shame because he's driven such a good race, and well, I suppose it didn't cost himself too much in the end, but you want to get to the end, don't you, really?
Fissy, welcome to the commentary box, my friend.
Oh, hello there.
Oh, mate.
Tell us a little bit about how your race went today. Are you happy? Disappointed? Obviously, we saw what happened on the last few laps.
Yeah, well, kind of in an average mood at the moment. Quali went to plan, matched my target with a 14.2, and was able to, well, the race was all about being consistent for me, really. Was able to gain quite a few positions throughout the race by just not winning it, and yeah, a bit unlucky then with 2 laps to go to get involved in an accident, really. So dropped 3 or 4 places, I think.
Yeah, I think if you'd have avoided that, or not been caught up in that, shall we say, I think you'd have had that 6th place instead of Mr. Kurt, which would have been a great way to kick off your season.
Yeah, a bit annoying, but at least I got a point, I guess. So better than I expected, really.
So obviously, for people who probably don't know, you've been on ARL for a long time. Let's be fair, you're pretty much one of the founding guys, and you do a lot of work on the Xbox side as well. So just tell us a little bit about what you do on ARL, because I mean you're completely new to a lot of these guys. So just just tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do. And
Yeah, well, obviously you do iRacing, so hello everyone here. Yeah, on ARL I've basically been here since the start, pretty much in April 2010, and my main focus has been just running the F1 leagues on the Xbox side, really, which is still what I'm doing mainly. So.
As you know, Alex, that can be a challenge at times, can't it?
yeah, I confess to doing them on the PlayStation side. That was bad enough. I can't imagine what the Xbox looked like.
Much worse, surely.
I'll wait for the tweets to come in later after that one. Well, well done again.
Well, I'm glad you decided that you picked the wrong console, so you came over to iRacing. We're glad to have you here, mate. Definitely.
Yeah, congrats on the 10th place. Shame it wasn't higher, but hopefully we'll see you fighting up there for the rest of the championship.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, we'll do my best, shall we?
Yeah, will you be around next week?
Yep. Don't see why
Excellent.
not.
Right, so we'll look forward to some good points from you next week. And a bit unlucky today, you just got caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, but you still picked up a point. So, you know, you're still on the board for the championship.
Yep.
Thank you.
Right, thank you, Rex.
Cheers, Fizzy.
Right, I think what we'll probably do is wrap it up there. I know there's a few guys still in there, so but just don't want everybody to get themselves in there. Just gets a bit long with the broadcast, so apologies to Dean, Paul, and Ryan, who are still sat in there.
So we'll get through you guys next time. Next time we have a race, we can bring you up next time. Alex, mate, who's your driver of the day? Just quickly before we wrap it all up.
I'm actually gonna give it to. Oh, it's a hard one, you know. I mean, obviously Tony, fantastic drive, led from start to finish. You know, 11 seconds lead at the end. But you can't deny coming from the back of the grid for a 6th place is not a fantastic achievement. So,
No.
you know, I actually think you have to give it to Kirk. I know that's a cliche, you know, founder and all this kind of stuff. Oh yeah, as well, he's going to get driver of the day. But
His head's not going to fit through the door, is it?
no, it's really not. But you know, he did the right thing. He did the right strategy. You know, he kept himself clean. He got 6th place. I mean, you know, that's what's that? 8 championship points. I mean,
8 championship points, exactly. Some people haven't got that and they've raced the entire season.
Yeah, what a great start.
Darren, exactly. And to be honest, you know, his confidence, I hope he listens to this back, because he's a person who runs on confidence. He's quite like me, really, in that if things go well for him, he's on top of the world, and he gets better and better. So I really do hope he takes this and uses it in order to go forward and really enhance his career, and you know, pick up regular points in this GP260 series.
Well, yeah, definitely.
I think all the new guys, mate, though, to be honest.
Yeah, I think they
did a
all
great
need
job.
a bit of a shout out, actually, because they all at one point had potential to pick up some points and pretty much could have done. Just weren't for different things.
I think pretty much all of them did, didn't they? Apart from,
Oh yeah,
I think it was Ryan. I think Ryan didn't get any.
Dean and Conrad, really. Yeah.
But to say over half of the new drivers scored points is terrific, really.
Well, it just goes to show again, you know, the strength and depth that the league has. So, you know, look forward to Road Atlanta and what we're going to be given here.
Yeah, just quickly then, before we go, would you be able to tell us how that leaves the championship?
I can't tell you updated figures, I'm afraid. I can only give as of what it was at the start of the race, and you know, I really should have told you that before we went green. But yeah, so Represad has got 173 points. Obviously, you can add 25 on top of that, Matty. Avich as 109, so you can stick 15 on that for his third place. Velkov obviously didn't score, so he's fallen a little bit away. Montaldo would have 18, no, he's only got 18 points, so he hasn't jumped Velkov in the championship. Obviously Lopez didn't turn up today. Rodriguez didn't score any points either, neither did Cunniff. Nelson did, but I don't think that's enough. Is that enough? No, he will have done. He would have jumped up ahead of Colin, I think, and then Alec would have also got himself 15 points, so he'd be on 40 points as well, so he'll be dead level with Cunniff, so that will go on count back. We'll have a look, see where that's at with that. Williams would have jumped his teammate. That's about all the movers and shakers, I think, really. Apart from obviously some of the new guys that would have just gotten in there. Darren with his, what's he got? 8 points. He's going to find himself in about 15th place in the championship already.
Dear, I have to say though, it looks like Reposard is, well, Reposard's running away with it. And how many rounds are left, just for those people who aren't too sure, including myself?
That was round 9 of 18, so we've still got a long way to go, so anything can happen.
Still not over. Not over by any means. And to be honest, you know, it's when we're talking about Tony here, he's one of the best in the world in this car, and it's so.
And if like magic, the table's updated.
Dun, 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 dun.
So thank you, Mr. Mawson, for that one. Yeah, 198 points now. Mr. Reposard leading by 74 points. Velkov, third place. Montaldo, like I said, wouldn't quite jump him, but gets particularly close. Lopez falls down a little bit. Rodriguez. But yeah, people who really move are Nelson's gone above Cunniff. Williams has gone up. Mr. Kirk up 8 places. Cameron up 2. Martinson up 4. So yeah, fair bit of moving around there actually down the bottom. So.
But like you said though, we've got half a season left to go, and there's a lot of points up for grabs, so it really isn't over until, well, hopefully it won't be over until the very last race. It's about getting the consistency that Tony has, really, isn't it? About matching that for the entire race.
Yeah, I'm just trying to quickly get the Constructors' Championship up. Oh, doesn't seem to want to play ball. Come on. So sorry about this, just as we ending the show. Let's see if we can get that up. Google Docs not playing nice with us. No, I can't get that, I'm afraid, guys. But yeah, so another enjoyable race here, I think. I really enjoyed that. And can I just say, it's nice to have you back in the commentary booth, my friend. Yeah,
thanks, mate. And I'll be back for good as well. Well, possibly not. Possibly not next week, actually. But I'm here for the long haul now. So sort a few things out, and we're back. Like Batman and Robin, mate.
Yeah, indeed. Round 9 then, the GP260 from Mosport. We've been ARLTV, and it's been another fantastic race. And we will be here next week for Road Atlanta. Oh, I hate that place. But I'm sure glad I'm commentating on it instead.
Me too, so glad I'm not here.
But from me, it's farewell, good night, see you next week.
And from me, it's the same. So take care, guys, and I hope you've enjoyed that. We have. See you next week.
Race fans, it's time for those most famous words in motorsports. Drivers, start your engines!
Conti comes up at a corner number 4 in the checkered flag. He wins his first NASCAR